That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. If Saturday morning cartoons and Scooby-Doo have taught me anything at all, it's that behind every fireplace, every bookcase, there is a hidden passage, and we all want one. But we don't have the time, the space, the place, or the budget. But for today's build, we do. So grab your Scooby snacks, beef jerky, protein shakes, bang out some squats and some push-ups to shake the rust off, and let's get started. If you're already planning your secret panel, hit that like and subscribe so we can do it all together. All right, one board, 1 hour, but I don't have the 1x8 needed. So here I am going through my piles, recycling, repurposing what I do have. In the end, it'll all be the same, ripping stock to size and cutting to length. I may have gotten a little overzealous here. It's a small cabinet after all, and I think I got way too much wood. The front, I'm thinking 12 inches here, and probably 6 inches wide, maybe just under. I think this drawer face, assuming I can get all this crap off of it, will work. I need a 1x8, 18 inches tall for this piece. That's going to be the back. The sides, I was originally going to take a 2x4 and rip it in half, but I wanted the full 3.5 inches and no round over. And I guess this old glue up will do. That leaves us the top and bottom, and this piece of pallet wood will work. Full disclosure here, I am a little worried about using this. So not sure the stain will take the same. Through the door and hit the floor, bang out some squats and get the miter saw cutting. Getting out to the shop has been a blessing. Getting me moving, my mind thinking, although seeing myself on camera is not always the best. I need to build up those legs and lay off those Scooby snacks. It's hard though. Klondike bars are on sale for $2 for the 6-pack. And it's 90 degrees here. I'm only human. Cut the size, we roll over to the table saw and proceed to rip to width. This project can be done with a handsaw instead of the chop saw, and circular saw or jigsaw, even a handsaw again if needed instead of a table saw. I built plenty as a kid with just a coping saw and spiral bit. Don't let that deter you. If you like a build and don't have the tools, there is almost always a workaround. If it's one of my builds, ask me. Just say, hey, I want to build this, but only with dimensional lumber. Any thoughts? I can probably figure it out. I pulled the benchtop sander out, and well, it doesn't do too well on this layered paint stained mess of a drawer front I have. This little lunchbox planer has made recycling wood so much easier. Just make sure there are no nails in your board. A cheap metal detector wand will take care of that. And the dance begins, back and forth, one to the other, but perfection is only one pass away until, yeah, my knot falls out. I am never a fan of knots on the edge of boards, but I like this knot a lot. It had character. And the color, beautiful. I could just cut another board, but I have some CA glue. And I think I'm going to try and save it. I know, I never said I was bright. In truth, I have the wood. You saw that in the intro. And I probably should have spent more time not looking for the smallest piece to use. I'm cheap, I'm frugal. But the best looking piece. But as luck would have it, when planed and sanded, other than the knot falling out, I love this piece. The grain is amazing on one side, and the knot, if we can salvage it, looks great on the other. Put to the side, I jump right into the layout. This is the part that takes my time. You don't like curves, don't use them. Go straight. If YouTube taught me anything, straight lines have a place and they can work. I just like the look and feel of the older colonial influences. The Skippy travel lid comes out and I set curves to the bottom, then move to the top. I want the bottom to underhang a touch. And the top, I'm hoping for a little shelf up there above the cabinet. I know, a lot to ask for on an 18-inch board, but I want it all or nothing at all. And for that trifecta, the other one comes out, and I hit the curves up with the scroll saw. A quick sanding back at the bench top with 120 grit. I slide into the curves, inching closer to the lines. The pine sands so easily, but it does clog up my paper quickly. Back to the bench top, I continue the layout. If you want plans or templates for this, let me know in the comments. I can throw them together and put up a Dropbox file pretty quickly. On the sides, I want to mimic the curves of the bottom and the top. Keep them similar. I'm not sure there's a correct way of saying it, but keep them in the family. Keep the curves along the same line. Back to the scroll saw, then the sander again. And we're looking good. I fiddle around for a few more minutes, cementing the final layout. I want the cabinet as big as I can, but I also want the underhang and that slight shelf above. I think this is looking good. I tape the top and bottom together and drill a hole through both and mark the top and bottom in orientation. And then it's off to glue up time. Tight Bond 3, my go-to, and some finish nails shot in from the sides. I need to step up my game here. I can get away with finish nails from the sides because it still has a rustic vibe. It's most likely going out here in the shop, game room, or family storage room in the corner of the room I never actually show you. But at some point, I need to learn how to make things without showing all these ugly nail holes. While that sits a bit, I grab the front panel and the CA Nightmare. It's looking pretty good here. I tapped a couple nails quickly through those holes, and now let's give her a spin. Okay, you guys go down, hit that like and subscribe button while I sit here and spin this around. I love this. Not practical at all, but come on. Who's ready to tackle that wall now? All right, the final glue up. Position the back, Tight Bond 3, nails, some clamps to hold it tight. And we're back in black. Ever since my flip up one board bookshelf, I have fallen for this black stain and plain poly look. It's striking, and I think it'll work great here. My bookcases are stained in black. My French cleats are stained in black with hangers left natural. So, if it stays out here in the shop and my daughter doesn't take it, it'll be perfect. And we're done. No, 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 no. Don't do this to me. You are working fine, just oh, I forgot to remove the lock. And the Oscar goes to... I love this piece. As I said, it's not the most practical, but come on. It spins. Not sure where it's going to end up at this point. I know I've seen something like this before, but for the life of me, I can't remember who it was. It was a real woodworker, though. Sorry, that came out way harsher than what I meant, but you know what I mean. One of those channels that truly focuses on the craft of woodworking. It was beautiful. You'll need to make these little tiny shelves, though. They don't hold a whole lot, but I do believe with 2 on the inside, they'll hold all my big Forstner bits, and 2 on the outside, my smaller ones. I put dowels in from the top and the bottom, a washer on the bottom so it spins better. The lock is nothing more than a cut-off nail at this point. I also thought of going metal with a magnet. That would be cool. My daughter thought it needed something more in the back. So I went with some of her scrapbook paper, and I ended up adding some color to it for now. I love this. I mean, I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend just spinning it around. I hope I inspired you to build something today. Maybe not for a function, maybe not for a purpose, other than to make you smile. As always, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next time.